Hello, and welcome to another episode of TTS Today. Today we'll be going over additional reports on the total order entry system and just what each one of them can do. So to get to the additional reports page, we're going to head over to this tab on the left and hit additional reports. That will open up a new tab for you, and as you can see right now there are 11 additional reports. We do add more onto this occasionally, so it's possible in a week or two there will be other reports on this page, but I'm just going to go through what's on here right now. So first we have the vendor inventory reorder report. So the idea for this one is you can run it at the end of each month or whenever you need to reorder new inventory. And so what it's going to do is give you a listing of your products. You have the option to include non-warehouse product and include year-to-date. So let's just go include year-to-date. And we're going to do vendor inventory reorder report to get an idea of what this looks like. So we'll get the download down here. And here we go. So you see it's listed out by product, tells us what we have on hand, committed and available, like a lot of reports with any of these products are going to have. It shows how much is currently on warehouse back order, and then it has our 30, 60, and 90-day usage. And then it also, since we clicked include year to date, has our total sold year to date. It'll let us know our warehouse, if it is warehousing, what we suggest you reorder for the next 30 days. So the first thing you'll see is for Tico Bray, one product, we have 15,000 available, 15,000 on hand, and we've used 6,100 in the last 90 days, so not really a need to order anymore. Whereas for Coulomb, we've got 100 on hand, 100 committed, and so that means basically nothing is available. And if we look at our 90-day usage, it's 1,500. So we do want to get some more. You can see it says 488. It's basically taking an average of how much you'll need for the month. And 1999 for Einstein, again, nothing available, but we've got a lot used in the last 90 days. You can also use any of these filters to sort. So let's just say you want to only look at products that you need to reorder inventory for. You can hide the zeros, and it'll just show you what you need. Alright, so our next report is going to be the order item detail report. So this is pretty similar to just the order item report. It's going to be each item on every order, and it's going to show the quantities and a lot of the other related information. So we can run this for, let's go Gravity again. It took me a minute to find it. So you have the option of selecting a customer, but it's not required. And just like this says, the vendor product, you can leave it blank for all the products, unless you just want it for a single product. I'm going to run this for all products, and I'm just going to do a date range of June 1st to today. And we'll click the report name and open it up. So you can see we've got the order date here all the way on the left. That lets us know the vendor, the order number, the part number, the vendor product number, who the part went to, what the PO was, a lot of the basic order information just split out by part. It gives you the price per, the status of the order, what warehouse it came from, as well as how much has been released, what's committed, what's shipped, what's on back order, what's on factory back order. So now that we've looked at the order item report, we are going to head over to the item history report. So this is a really good report for end of month or at the end of the year when you just want to take a look at what you started with for inventory, where you are now for inventory, and what receivers, adjustments, or orders got you from place to place. So we're going to stick with Gravity Industries Warehouse Main. Again, here are vendor products. You can leave it blank for all products if you want. And it's got a from date and a to date. So you'll notice that the to date won't let you click in. You can't type anything. It's going to stay as today. So if you are using this for end of month, you'll need to make sure that you are logging on and running it that day. Or if it falls on a weekend, either that Friday or that Monday. But the from date can be any day. So let's just say we're going to do from May 1st to today. And if I want, I can include products with no activity and run the report. And we'll open this up. Alright, so you'll see these are the items for Gravity. So the first column is just going to be that product name. Next will be description. Next is going to be the type of transaction. So whether it's a release, an adjustment, a receiver, it'll let you know. It'll also give you the order number or transaction number if you have it. Gives you the release number for the order, who the customer was, the PO, and what the quantity was. So you'll notice there's positive and negative. So the receipt's just letting you know that you gained this much. The release is letting you know that you got rid of that much. And the adjustment is letting you know that you removed 600. So these are all technically negative, and these are all positive. Right? You've got receivers versus a release or an adjustment where you're removing product. One cool thing that I like about this, again, if you only want to look at your adjustments, you can click on this filter, deselect all, and just hit adjustments. Okay. And you can see all your parts, all the adjustments that you've made. Or another option, say you wanted more than one product, but you don't want everything that you have. Maybe you just need a handful of items that you're looking at a little bit more closely. You can head over to that product column, and you can deselect all and just select the ones that you want. And so now you'll see we've just lowered it down to Tico, Charles, and Al. If you look down here, you've got your beginning balance and the ending balance. Just so you guys know, we aren't actually keeping track of what your beginning balance was. This report is just taking your current balance and doing math with all these values to get back to here. So that's the item history report in a nutshell. Next, we're going to head over to the inventory receipt report. So this one, if you just entered in an inventory receipt, or you just want to look at all the product that you've gotten in a certain range of time, you can do that here. So for example, if we just do Gravity, and we want to look at all of the receivers that we've gotten so far this year, I'm going to select January 1st, and it'll automatically put us with today. I can hit Inventory Receipt Report. And if we open this up, you'll see it just lets us know the vendor. Oh, I accidentally dragged the name. It gives us the transaction number, the date it was received, how much, what the part was, the description, the vendor product code, any notes. So if you guys add, like 100 is broken or something, it'll put that on there for you, who received it, and what warehouse it went to. Pretty simple. And again, if you just want to look at 1 or 2 transaction numbers, you can just trim them down by doing that. Hit OK, and it'll trim it down for you. Next, I'm just going to run this report for a single receiver. So I'm just copying and pasting that transaction number. And we can get rid of the item history report. So we're going to do inventory receipt report again for gravity. We'll just enter in a transaction number, but this time no to or from date. And in a second it'll open up and give us the same report with just the one transaction number. So nice and easy to see what came on a given transaction, or even on a couple if you need to take a look. So we are going to skip the order sales dollar report and release ship dollar report, as well as the special pricing report for now, just because I want to stick with the inventory receipts / the inventory back order reports. So next we're going to hit the orders pending inventory parentheses back orders. So you just ran your report on your receiver, you know what parts you have, how much of each part you just brought in, and you want to see what you currently have on back order. So again, we're going to hit Gravity Industries, orders pending back order. Let's open this up. And it looks like we've got 2 orders, or 1 order, with 2 parts that currently have a back order. We've got Gauss with 2,000 ordered, and Einstein with 100. You can see with the warehouse back order, all of the Einstein and 270 of the Gauss is on back order. So normally this list is probably going to be a bit bigger, but the important things is the order number is going to be this column, and the amount that's on back order will be here, and you can find the part number and description right here. So after that, you may consider doing the transaction orders. So this can be used immediately after doing a receiver. Depending on whether or not you hit save or save and autofill, you will want to do current back order able to be filled or current pending releases. So if you do current back order able to be filled, that would mean that you just hit save. So it didn't create any order, or didn't put any inventory into the quantity to commit. It's still just in back order, but saved that you have that quantity. So here we can do gravity, and I think I've still got that transaction number pasted, so we'll throw that in. Do transaction orders. So what this is going to do is take a look at the receiver that I entered in, and it's going to tell me what orders on back order do I have that can possibly be filled. And you'll see it lets me know, again, order 22. This is what's on back order. This is how much was ordered. And the quantity on the transaction. So this is popping up twice because I believe that Einstein is coming from multiple bins. And it's split out with the back order. On the other hand, if you had done save and autofill, you'd want to hit current pending releases. And so this time we can do gravity again, although I'm not sure there's anything currently pending release. And if we open this up, You'll see order number 18. We've got nothing on back order, right, because it's just ready to be released. 100 was ordered, and there's 100 for this part. So we are ready to release order number 18. If there were other orders as well that were pending release that had parts that were on this receiver, they would also be showing up here on this order. That pretty much does it for the back order reports and such on the additional reports. But next we can take a look at the warehouse release responsibility. So again, we can do all vendors. We can do from June 1st to today. So this is going to have to do with the new warehouse worker that you can add onto a release. So it's the warehouse responsibility, essentially saying who's going to be picking this order and who's going to take it the rest of the way to be put onto a truck. So you can see a lot of our orders don't have anybody assigned, so we can just hide those. And this report will basically just tell you which orders from which vendors are going to who in the warehouse, and it'll also let you know who entered the order. And again, you can use these filters if you want to just do certain dates, certain releases, certain person that it was entered by, certain warehouse staff, anything to make it easier for you to narrow down what you're looking for. And on a similar breath, we've got the unverified warehouse release without warehouse responsibility. So this is going to be any orders that are unverified in your system that currently don't have an assigned warehouse worker. So you'll see we've got a bunch of orders from Arlington. It's basically everything that we hid in the last report that we ran, right? So this is going to be most of our orders that are still open. And this one's pretty simple, right? It just gives you the vendor and release number. Again, you can just do Arlington if you want. And if you have a specific release number that you're looking at, you can do that too. Alright, so now we're going to head over to those sales dollar reports. I bet you guys have been waiting all day to take a look at these, right? Who doesn't want to count up their money? So we are going to start with the order sales dollar report. We do this for all vendors. We'll do it from the beginning of the year. And we will do it to today. It might take a little while just because we're doing it for all vendors and all year. But now if we open this up, you can see the order date, the warehouse that it came from, the order number, customer name, customer PO, and how much that order was worth total, how much from your warehouse was shipped, and how much the factory shipped. If we take a look at this top line, you can see the total sales dollars. So you can see total, our AREP account has done $14 million in sales. 5 million are warehouse shipments, and 900,000 is factory back order. One thing to note, obviously these do not add up perfectly. We do use this account for a lot of testing. So the warehouse shipment dollars are only going to show what's actually been shipped from your warehouse. So anything that is not currently on a verified release won't show up on these two columns. And that could be the reason for them not quite adding up to your order total. Again, if you just want to take a look at total sales for a certain customer, let's just say we're going to look at ABBC. All year we've had one order from ABBC, and it's for $22,000. And it looks like the factory release hasn't even been sent out yet. That, or it's got a warehouse back order on it. Additionally, if we want to just look at a single vendor, see who's doing the most warehouse work for us, we can do that. One option is to just select Arlington. And so it won't show you the total here, but what you can do is highlight. And if you look down in this area, it gives you an average, a count, and a sum. So we know that we've done $129,000 with Arlington for total orders. So not really our biggest guy. If we take a look at Cooper Wire, we do the same thing. And if you take a look at that, the sum is $7,704,000. So a lot of that is just coming from this one really big order, which looks like it actually hasn't had anything shipped from our warehouse yet. I don't know how many people have $7 million on one order, but maybe they could buy something from me. Next, we are going to take a look at the final report on this page, and that is the releases shipped dollar report. So it's going to be pretty similar. It's just going to let you know what release it was on. So we'll do all year again. You can open this up. And so this is going to let us know, warehouse, ship date, vendor, release number, customer name, PO, how much was from your warehouse, how much was from the factory, who shipped it, and we recently added in the freight charge. So if you're worried your vendor is not paying for it, or you just want to keep track of how much you guys are spending on freight, check that right here. But really it just removes the order total from the last report and gives us a little more information on the exact paperwork that the dollars are coming from. Well, that's it for today. Thanks again for listening to me talk about reports. We have a lot of fun going through the system and creating these videos, so please, if you have any ideas of something that you want us to go over, feel free to reach out at askttstoday@tradetechsolutions.com. Otherwise, you can feel free to shoot any of us an email or give us a call. Thanks again for listening, and enjoy the rest of your day.